I am Mrs. Makasho. Hilda is my first name.
Okay, that's easy for us to understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm an acting principal for a year. The principal is Mrs. Stone. She's on leave for the whole year. She's coming back on January.
Right, okay. And the name of the school is?
The name of the school is Pongoletu Primary School.
Right.
It was named by the location name because our location is also Pongoletu.
Right, okay. So tell me, Hilda, some of the difficulties that the children go through.
Our children, if I can talk generally, because Oudtshoorn is like this, it's a small town. Now, a lot of the parents are not working. So most of the kids, they don't have uniform. And then the others, but luckily we do have the nutritional from the department.
Right.
So they do get bread and milkshake. But unfortunately, they can't all get that because it's only limited. We get 31 loaves per day. So we just use it for the foundation phase.
Right.
So the intermediate phase don't get it. But sometimes we look at, even in the foundation phase, the learners who are not really in need of the bread and the milkshake, then we look in the other classes just to provide those we see they really need the food.
So do some of the children come to school hungry in the mornings?
Yes, they come hungry, but it's likely now we do have books from the department,
Yes.
so that we don't really have a problem with books. We do have the textbooks and books for the children in the classes. So child can't stay at home and say, I can't come to school because I don't have books.
Yes.
But if you need uniform and other things, because even the school, you must have the school fees, and because we do pay other things for ourselves at the schools, we are just given limited money maybe for municipality services and all that. So we must also have funds to help. So if we have an activity at school, there are learners, you can see that they don't participate at all. Even if it's a 5 rand thing, they don't have the 5 rand.
Yes.
So we do try to cope, but not 100%.
And do the children sometimes, how many children per class do you have?
Plus minus, because the other classes are big. Our grade 7 are the biggest classes because it's 57 and 55.
55 in a class?
In a class.
And how many teachers?
2, 1.
Say again?
One class.
One teacher?
One teacher per
for
class.
57 children?
Yes.
It's a lot of children, isn't
Even
it?
in grade 1. Grade 1, we've got 3 grade 1s. In each class it's 47, 46, 46.
Yeah. And some of those children, when they come to school, do they come and do they want to be here?
Yeah, the others want to be here. We really see that at the beginning of the year, because really we used to think it's because the child is coming to school for the first time.
Yes.
Then they will just cry, and then maybe after a week they are all okay. They come to school. I think they do want to come to school.
And what time do they come in the morning?
We start 7:45 now.
And you finish?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, right. And at that time you may give them the drink for lunch, if you have it.
Yeah, they get the drink from the 2 ladies who are helping us. They give them at 9:30. We try to give them in the morning so that if Elena come home hungry, they don't give them late so that you can really feel it. So they do the bread for the children. It's buttered with peanut butter and jam. And then they have the milkshake. So they get it per class.
Every child?
In the foundation.
In the foundation only?
Only the foundation.
Okay. So then if we look at the older children, they could be going home hungry? Yeah,
I think some of them, they also need to have the bread, but because the bread is only limited, we only have the 31 loaves. So it's not enough for the whole school.
And you can't get any more loaves for everybody?
No. They just give us those 31.
Right. So realistically, some of those children are going home hungry in the evenings and coming home hungry in the mornings. Coming here hungry in the mornings. What sort of work are the little ones doing? What sort of teaching are you doing for the small ones? How young are the smallest ones?
The grade ones are 6 years.
6 years,
Yes.
okay. And what sort of things are you teaching them?
We're teaching numeracy and literacy and life skills.
Mm.
Then in life skill we know that it's arts and culture. We integrate it, but it's social science and this is arts and culture, technology, social science, EMS, and then we've got the language and the numeracy.
So that's for the younger ones?
The younger ones.
And
But we really, if we speak truth, we do mostly literacy and numeracy. Then in life skill, we just do those, we see it's important for them for the foundation, for the intermediate phase.
And for the older ones?
The older ones must do all the 8 learning areas.
Right. And they get their books provided?
The books are provided, so we're trying that each learner have the whole textbooks. But since we are buying every year, not all of them yet have all the textbooks. Now we did have the money now, so now we are doing the requisition for the textbooks, trying to accommodate mostly grade 7. Since we've got this new RNCS, so now we are trying to give books which are in the level with the new education.
And what do you do if you have a child that has some learning difficulties?
Pardon?
If you have a child that's has learning difficulties?
We do have learners with learning barriers.
Yeah.
We said it's the learning barriers, and we do have a teacher support team in school. So the educator must indicate those learners who have problems, and then he must come back to the teacher support team with the learner's problems. Then we discuss it. After we've discussed the problem, we give the educator maybe plans or other methods she can use, and then she must go back to the class with the learner. Then after that, we must monitor and she come back. And then if the child got a problem, we do have an LSEN educator in the school. So we must refer the child now to the LSEN educator, and then she will take the child. It's maybe twice a week, but she must try that in numeracy and literacy. That's the only 2 learning areas which she's looking at. And then we'll see if the child is not coping still, then the child is referred to the clinic psychologist or who's.
And describe for me, Hilda, some of the conditions, the living conditions that the children go home to, some of the poorer children.
The conditions differ because the other learners, you see that one child is living with grandmother, parents maybe are gone. Grandmother is not working, she's only earning the pension fund. And then when it comes, you see that the grandmother don't have money. Then the child, when she come at home, maybe sometimes she'll have to go to other people to have something, bread or something to eat. In the other homes, the parents are drinking. They are there, but they are drinking. Now they can't give care enough for the children. And the other parents don't work. They maybe get only that 160 rand from the maintenance. And then the children suffer because they don't get everything which they need, even nutritional food and even caring at home. And it's cold even also. So the problems differ really from home to home. Because if we do the interventions with parents, we will hear these different problems from the educators as they go to the other houses.
So realistically, Hilda, the food that the child eats in school is very, very important.
It's
because they may be going home and not having any supplements or any food to eat at all. So that really is... can the municipality not give you food for everybody in the school? You're not getting that.
Even the food is not coming from the municipality, it's coming from the department.
Okay. And have you asked for more?
We do ask for more, but they say they can't give more because they must also supply for the other schools.
So therefore, do you sometimes give I'm thinking of the child learning at home. Do you sometimes give homework for the children to do?
Yes, they do have homework, and since our parents, most of them are illiterate, now if we send something to be filled in, we will see from the forms when they come back that these are not filled in the right way, so we all do have a problem. If it's something which is very serious, the educator has to go to the current home so that she can have the right information. Homework, if you say they must be signed and all that, we do have a problem really. Because the child will come back and you don't understand, you think maybe the child don't give the parent. But when we discover it late, it's because the parents are illiterate. They can't write.
So some of the problems you're dealing with at home are illiteracy of the families, living conditions. I guess some of them don't have electricity, cold homes, and parents that can be drinking. And sometimes you said that the parents may not be living there, or may have disappeared or whatever. What is the problem, Hilda, of AIDS in the school?
We've got a problem with that because the parents don't come front, and maybe we know learners who are affected. We don't know the learners really. I can't say the learners are affected with AIDS because the parents are at home. What we do have activities of AIDS at school.
And then teaching about AIDS.
We teach about AIDS. It's in the learning areas. We do have activities, extra activities now, just maybe to do it at school. And then we invite people which are affected, and then they come and talk with the learners at school, so that they can also know that we do speak about this and they can be educated about it. So that even maybe, because they like to say, you are HIV AIDS, and the other one cry, this one said, I'm HIV AIDS and all that. So we just do the activities so that everyone can be educated about it.